Welcome to day 10 of me trying to get rid of my porn addiction in 120 days. Today I'm going to be talking mainly about how I feel, talking about the mindset you need when you're trying to get rid of porn addiction. And more importantly, I'm going to be talking about what you should do when you are experiencing urges. So that being said, I don't want to waste any of your time. Let's get to it. So I'm going to just get into how I feel. So essentially, just like the past few days, I've just been feeling really numb. I haven't really been getting this strong urge and these strong urges, these strong sexual urges. I haven't really been finding it hard to really not stick to this. Basically, it hasn't been hard to relapse. But the thing is I am seeing a huge improvement definitely in my focus. I'm seeing a huge improvement definitely in my energy. I feel a lot more lively. I feel more, mainly lively. I feel more confident so far. And it's only been 10 days, but the most important thing is, and I beg I know this seems like it's weird, like most guys probably just get this normally, but I got morning wood. I'm consistently getting morning wood for these past few days on this challenge, and I think that's definitely a good sign, because if you don't something I'm going to tell you guys is I haven't gotten morning wood for I'd say years now. So that just goes to show, if you aren't getting morning wood and you're constantly fapping and you feel anxious, you feel like you're overthinking a lot, you just feel weak, let me tell you this, it's probably because you have low testosterone. You probably have low testosterone, and a big part of that is probably because you're probably fapping a lot. So if you're doing this porn addiction journey with me, you're trying to get rid of it, I urge you, I'm telling you, it only took me 10 days. For you, it could take the same amount of time. But I'm telling you, there's only good that comes when you are trying to get rid of this addiction, when you're trying to get rid of porn. Porn doesn't have any benefit to you. Think about it. The only benefit you get is, and that's not even a benefit. Actually, no, I take that. I was about to say the only benefit you get is that you feel good, but that's not even a benefit, because then it ends up fucking you over. So there's literally no benefits to you watching porn. So, as I said, what you need to start doing is you need to get off this addiction. I'm telling you, instantly, your life will be better. You'll have more testosterone. You'll feel more like the man. And I'm telling you, you just gotta work hard. That's all you gotta do. So, in a nutshell, how I feel fine. I still feel like I haven't gotten the most out of this yet, but it's approaching 2 weeks, and I'll let you guys know how I feel. Only 4 more days, and yeah. Because right now, what I said in I think 2 videos ago, I'm going right now through this thing called the flatline phase. And basically the flatline phase is where you just feel numb. You're not really getting as many urges. It's basically where your brain's rebooting and trying to go back to its natural state. And I've heard that could last a few months, could last a few weeks, mainly because I've watched porn for a lot of my life. I've for majority of my life, I've been a fapper. So it's gonna take a bit, but apart from that, I feel good. I'm starting to kind of see the benefits of this. But anyways, here's the mindset you need to get rid of your porn addiction. If you're in the same journey as me, don't think of this as me trying to get rid of my addiction. Think of it as I'm trying to take back control of my life. And that could take however many years. For me, as I said, when I was 17, this is when I really started taking it seriously. I really wanted to get rid of this porn addiction. It's fucked over my life, but it took me many years to finally start getting the ball rolling. As I said, I'd go a few weeks without doing it, then I'd go a month without doing it, and then I'd always relapse. But the mindset you need to have is you can't keep beating yourself up if you relapse, if you fap. Because I'm telling you, if you do that, you're only hurting yourself more. Bro, you've had your porn addiction for however many years. You think you're just going to get rid of it in one day or a few weeks? No. What you need to do is you need to start seeing this as a steady uphill battle. You know, if you can go 2 weeks and previously you couldn't even go a few days, bro, that's improvement. If you can go a month and you previously can only go 2 weeks, bro, that's improvement. Think of it like that. It's like if you go into the gym and you've increased in weight or you can do more reps, you've made progress. Think of it the same as this porn addiction. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna get rid of it, bro. That's barely gonna happen unless you're consistently having sex with like your girlfriend. Then you're most likely not gonna get rid of it, you know. But when I'm not that you're most likely not gonna get rid of it, but if you're constantly having, like, if you're not constantly having sex, where you can supplement that, like you releasing into like other ways, then you probably won't get rid of the addiction that quickly. And that's fine. You need to see this as a war. You know, you might have lost a battle today, but it's not the end. They haven't won the war yet. You could still win the war. So think of it like that. But anyways, as I said, like, the mindset you need to have is just think of it as like progressive overload. You know, just look to improve every time, you know? Like if you can't if you can, if it's been like 2 weeks and you previously couldn't even, as I said, go 3 days, and you feel like you need to release, then just, I don't know, I'm not saying don't just do it, but if you relapse, don't beat yourself up. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, anyways, last but not least, I want to talk about like the benefits of this. So as I said, I have more focus, I feel more confident, but the best benefit is just how I see myself. You know, that's the best one. I've noticed a huge improvement in me, like on my self-image. I look at myself not really as a fapper anymore. I don't look at myself as this low inferior guy who's looking at other guys fucking the girls that I want to fuck. I look at myself more like I'm just more in control. You know, I feel like I'm putting this energy that I once put to me releasing. Now I'm putting it into other areas. Like, I'm going on a lot of walks. I'm, you know, creating these YouTube videos. I'm journaling. I'm meditating. I'm trying to get more out of myself that I wish I had done many years ago. You know, I think that this is what life's supposed to be about. You know, there's you just improving yourself in all aspects, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, whatever. It could really, you could really see who you can become. And I think that a lot of guys just think that they're stuck. You know, if they're watching porn, they think that they're stuck. They're stuck to these addictions. Life is better. Life can get better. I'm telling you, just keep going. I know it might be hard. You want to quit, but I'm telling you, keep going, because you're going to thank yourself like a month from now, even a year from now. But anyways, tune in for tomorrow. Bye.